Hello and welcome to episode 8 of You, Me, and Yuri Makes 3, starring the lovely and talented Mike. That's me. The equally lovely, more talented Megan.
Hello.
Today, we're doing another tour. We're doing episode 8 and episode 9 of Yuri on Ice.
Episode 9 and episode 10.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Episode 9 and episode 10 of Yuri on Ice.
Yep.
The show where we go in and we dissect it piece by piece, giving you, the fans, what you want to hear. A scene-by-scene analysis, a metaphysical breakdown, a modern retelling of a classic anime story. Yuri on Ice.
Yes.
Yes. We start off episode 9 in the show. Yuri versus Yuri. The horror. The horror. The Rostelecom Cup free skate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Nailed it.
Second part of the Rostelecom Cup. So this is for all the marbles. Who's gonna make it to the Grand Prix and who's gonna go home crying?
Yeah. Title remarkably similar to the last one.
Yeah.
Had to reread it a couple times, make sure we weren't watching the same episode.
You'll sense a theme in like the next 3 episodes. So
Spoiler. So Victor's dog is dead.
No,
he's not. We ended the last episode. Victor had to go back to Japan to take care of the dog because the dog got into some buns, and probably Yuri's fault somehow.
How is it Yuri's fault? He hasn't been home.
Let's be fair about this. Everything's Yuri's fault. So now Yuri's coachless. He has to go yak off.
Yeah, he has Yakov. And the funny thing is Victor's like, if you don't know or don't understand, just ask Yakov. Or if you need some comfort, just give him a hug. And it's like, really? Yakov?
Yakov doesn't really seem like the hugging type.
He seems like the yelling type.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, don't hug Yakov. Like, just don't.
Maybe he needs a good hug. Maybe that's what he's missing.
Maybe
Victor knows something nobody else does.
Yeah. Well, it seems like
Hugger.
Victor doesn't really give a shit about anyone else except for himself. So he's like, I like hugs. I like hugging Yakov. Even if Yakov doesn't like hugs, I like hugging Yakov. Therefore, Yakov likes hugs.
Victor needs to be respectful of boundaries.
Yeah, he has no. He's
not very consensual there.
No.
Big
yeah,
V.
very true. Very true.
You got to be respectful of people's personal space to make them feel comfort. That's me snapping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do the consent dance.
I just did it. So where we go next, we see Yurio. He's outside hanging out with his grandpa in their small boutique in the H type car.
Yeah.
Whips out a pierogi from the bag, hoping that Yuri likes it. Yurio has a bite. Like, there's rice in this, and pork, and eggs. It's a pork cutlet pierogi.
And damn, doesn't it look good?
It's pretty good.
I am
Kind of
always
like a hot pocket, like a chicken Kiev looking ball of deliciousness.
Yeah.
With goo in the middle.
I am always hungry watching these episodes because all the food looks so good.
Mm-hmm. It's half skating, half food porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Yurio frickin' loves them.
Well, yeah.
Big fan. What's not to love?
Exactly. Well, and the fact that his grandpa, like, he mentioned once that he had these pork cutlet bowls and they were so good, and that his grandpa remembered that and then incorporated them into their kind of national dish.
Probably means he's gonna die. Anyway, so Emil comes back.
We like Emil.
Emil's pretty cool.
Emil's pretty chill.
Yeah. He's one of the skaters. I don't even know where he's from. I can't remember.
Finland?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Finland.
He's a pretty cool guy. He's doing a cyberpunk something rather robot theme.
Yeah. Cyberpunk, I have ceased to be human. That's his theme for this year.
He's
which kind of puts Yuri's love themed kind of to shame.
Yeah, it's a way more dynamic theme than just love.
Yeah. But Emil's pretty cool. He's always smiling, always laughing.
I don't mind Emil.
Nothing gets Emil down.
He's kind of a background character, but he's all right. He's filler. He's human filler.
Yeah.
Speaking of filler, that's coming up.
Oh, gosh.
So now Mickey spends a scene getting broken up with by his sister.
Yeah, essentially. She's like, you need to
Stand on your own two legs.
chill out, dude.
You're getting weird. Things are getting weird.
Things are getting weird.
People are already talking about us.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
Yeah, she wants to skate without him. She wants to go on dates.
She wants to fuck
Yeah,
someone
she wants to date.
with him around. It's like a creepy Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver type relationship where she can't really get away from him.
Yeah, he will not leave her alone. He won't let her date. He won't let her do anything. And she's just like, I am.
They have to be together at all times.
She's like, I am fed up with this bullshit. Like,
Isn't
I want
that right,
actually...
large soapstone puffin?
Yes.
We have a new co-host. We have a co-host by the name of
Large soapstone
puffin.
Anyway, so she's gonna date. She's gonna skate without him, and that's a big thing. It's like, you need to learn to skate without me there. Like, we need to grow as individuals. So
she's been planning this for a couple episodes.
Yeah,
now. She's been thinking about it, but now she pulled the trigger. Dude. She's like, "Fuck you, fuck off, leave me the fuck alone for a bit."
Yeah, he still thinks like no one's worthy of her and all.
Yeah, but like he is super creepy.
Yeah, I actually
even among all these big characters and like
it's a little weird. Yeah, like, but. Again, like, he always prefaces it, like, prefaces it? Prefaces it? Whatever.
What do you think, Puffin?
Puffin doesn't care.
Strong and stoic. That's what I like about you, Puffin. PJ Puffin stuff.
Yeah. He always prefaces it like, it's unconditional love, it's like...
Obsessive. He's obsessed.
Yeah, it's a little obsessive. Like, watching this episode again, normally I kind of just glaze over it, but this was just like, yeah, he's like obsessively creepy into his sister. Like, but I mean, throughout the skate, he kind of basically is like, okay, I understand, I'm hearing you, I'm gonna let you go, we're gonna do this on our own, and it actually fills his performance with a lot more performance. Like, you know, there's the technical side and the performance side. It actually fills his performance with a lot more of that performance side of things. Everyone's just feeling it. They're like, wow, we've never seen him skate like this before. He's skating his feelings. He's letting her go. And by doing so, he gets a personal best.
He does. He skates very, very well, despite his sister sticking around to watch.
Yeah.
After this... breakup scene that they have, where he's obviously very upset.
She didn't say that she wasn't going to watch. She just said she wasn't going to be at the kiss and cry. She wasn't going to be down at the rink side. She's done with that.
And Mickey says, and I quote, "What should I do with my feelings? I guess I could skate them."
Yeah, that was
skate my feelings.
That was a little over the top.
It's just, he's the worst. Like, the way that JJ is terrible, Mickey is just unlikable.
Yeah, he gets better.
The worst.
He gets better.
The worst. Also, he gets a little moment where he sees his sister hugging some dudes. She's like, "That Yuri." Or he's like, "That Yuri, he's a closet perv."
No, he just said, like, yeah, moody Japanese men who look like closet perv.
He called him a closet perv.
Yeah. Or,
pot, kettle.
Maybe Emil's, like, Danish, because he's, like, or Danish men who smile and laugh all the time. Yeah. It's weird.
Everything's everyone else's fault, but Mickey's.
Exactly.
I don't like him.
Okay. You're allowed.
So, last time he will skate for Zara. It is the last time. I can't do his Italian accent.
No.
Even they can't really do their Italian accent.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's just kind of an accent.
Yeah, it's an accent. It's meant to be a little bit.
So this is it. He's decided. He's gonna move on. And like you said, he pulls it up out of his socks and he does an amazing performance.
Personal best.
He's got a lot less emotion in it, which is apparently what he needed. Just to chill out a bit. I don't know. Whatever. I don't like this guy. He can go suck a lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, PJ Puffin stuff? Yeah, damn right. So more rhinestones than a Burley convention. Everybody's rhinestone to shit.
Yep.
We move on to
Yurio.
Yep. Yeah. We got a pastry bumper. It's some sort of pastry on top of a soup of some kind.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. But it looked
pretty,
good.
pretty,
Good look. Good.
like a puff pastry on top of a little spoon afterwards. Yeah. Definitely a soup. Maybe onion soup.
Or it could be even a dessert. Like some sort of custard. I don't know. We don't really see. We just see the puff pastry on top. So.
A little misleading.
Yeah. And then it goes into Yurio, and he's decided he's going to increase the amount of jumps he has in the second half, just because he doesn't have as many quads as Yuri and JJ. So he's going to basically increase the difficulty of his program by taking 2 jumps out of the beginning and shoving them into the end.
Into the back end.
So that'll make them, because, there's tired and blah, 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 so it makes them more difficult, which means they earn more points.
So Yurio is planning. He's scheming.
Yeah.
And he can do quads now, apparently.
Yeah, he's allowed to do quads. He wasn't allowed to do quads in the juniors.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he fucked them up last time.
No.
Yeah, he didn't land that quad in that one scene.
Oh.
Anyway, so now he's
he's
good at quadding.
Yeah. Well, he was always good at quadding. Now we see how Yurio felt when JJ won the competition in Canada.
So Yuri is intimidated by Yurio. He catches him skating. He's like, "What's going on? This kid's on fire." And he is. His outfit is on fire.
It is.
I wrote that. This Yuri's on fire. All right. Yurio needs to beat JJ, puts the 6 jumps in the back half, which is suicide. How dare he?
No.
How dare he? Even his coach isn't convinced that it's the right course of action.
Yes. His coach is not a fan of what's going to happen. So. But he rocks it, and he gets a personal best, which means he gets to go to the Grand Prix final.
Indeed. So he's basically secured a top spot.
Yep. Because
of his previous placings in this one. He is moving on. Moving on to the next episodes. We've got some JJ rage going on. So Yurio ends his, everything's fine. Now we're moving on to JJ. Yuri's got some language going on in this one. Calls him a shithead.
Yeah.
Which he is. It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Eventually he calls him a douche.
Yeah.
Which I also have down here.
Not wrong.
JJ is a douche.
Yeah.
They do a good job of encapsulating him as a villain.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good heel.
He is. He definitely is. Like, just no one can stand the fucker.
So Yurio, I think he's still in the midst of his performance at this point. Yeah, it's right before he ends, and he goes beyond his limits. Basically, Yurio goes Ultra Instinct.
Yes.
Which is Banana Town.
Yeah, he starts...
Where they make the hammocks.
Yeah, he starts kicking ass and taking names.
Which names does he take?
JJ's.
He takes JJ's name. For the rest, he is no longer called JJ. So now, Yuri is up next?
Yeah.
He's freaking out.
Yep, he starts overthinking.
He's freaking the fuck out. There's no Victor to keep him calm.
Yeah,
Victor's off gallivanting, taking care of the dog. All he's got is Yakov, who's also coaching for Yurio.
Yeah. It's
just a big kerfuffle, but Yuri decides he doesn't need that. He's going to be his own man, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yuri's in second place right now.
He starts overthinking it, and he flubs his first jump.
First jump, fucks it right up, doesn't do enough rotations. He only does one.
Yeah.
What a failure.
Yeah. But then
absolute failure.
Yeah. But then he starts realizing, like, he kind of zones out. Like, he starts thinking of Victor, and he just kind of doesn't really think about the skating part of it, just more thinks of how Victor makes him feel, and how Victor would say this, that, or the other thing, and how he's been always very supportive, and it kind of gets him into the zone.
So he's able to just kind of keep going again, I guess. We get a little bit of flashback of him and Victor writing on the CD that has the music and planning stuff. Victor gives Yuri stamina, and JJ's a jerk again.
Yeah. Well,
we just get little flashes of JJ, and I forget why he's a jerk. I just have written down that he is a jerk.
Because Yurio starts cheering for Yuri. And
yeah,
JJ's like, oh, now that you have secured your spot in the Grand Prix, now you're cheering on your friend? Oh, how cute. Are you going to cheer me on too?
No.
It's like, no, JJ.
No one cheers for JJ. Except for his legion of fans.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So, Victor gives Yuri some stamina through his brain powers.
Yep.
And then they comment a love he can only express on the ice.
Pretty much.
I think that's the commenters.
Yes. Because it's Yuri. And he is just not good at expressing himself. Just like I was right there.
So JJ is a total douche.
Yeah.
What I have.
I also have JJ still a douche.
He takes the ice, takes the opportunity to monologue like a supervillain.
Oh my god!
For the next 2.5 minutes.
It is brutal.
You're no king.
Yeah.
I think they call him the prince of skating. He's like, I'm not a prince. I'm the king.
Yeah.
I'm King JJ.
And he's like, oh, Victor was so scared. That's why he ran away. He was scared of my prowess and how I was going to take away his... Yeah, and it's just like, what? Fuck off, JJ. You're such a douche.
He's a big douche. So he finishes well. I think he's in first place.
Yeah, he wins.
He kicks ass. He does a fantastic performance. Doesn't fuck up once.
They even say, because he's the only one that's going to the Grand Prix final who's won both of his events. So he got gold in both events, which is like...
the M. Bison of this competition.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's the one to take down. He's doing psycho crushers all over the rink.
Yeah.
That ends. JJ's not surprised. Now we get a weird scene of Yuri hugging everybody, making all the other skaters uncomfortable.
Yuri goes hug crazy is what I have here.
Mickey's sister hugs Yuri.
Yeah.
Then Yuri hugs Mickey. Because Mickey's like, how dare you hug my sister? Yeah. And then it's like, now you're hugging me.
My favorite part of this is like Mickey's kind of like, like this, and Emil just pops out and is like, did I just hear Mickey screaming? And you're just like,
what is happening?
Why? How do you know what that is? Like
a sixth in these guys.
And then he's like, oh, are we having a hugging competition now? Like, I love Emil. Like, Emil is so funny.
Everybody gets the hugs.
Yeah.
Even Yurio gets a hug.
Yeah. Everyone gets hugs, and Yurio even comes, it's like, what the fuck was that all about?
It doesn't really make sense, because they don't really frame it, or as to why that's happening.
Yeah. But, it is after we learn that so what happens is Yuri comes in 4th place.
Yes.
But he still gets his spot in the Grand Prix final, because even though him and Mickey are tied in points, he got silver in his cup, whereas Mickey got bronze. So that basically secured him the position and got rid of Mickey, essentially. So after he finds that out, he kind of goes hug crazy, and then, yeah.
He's just relieved. Yuri winds up outside.
Yeah.
We've got Yurio coming to him, abusive at first.
Yeah.
Then he tosses something at him. Everybody's aware that it's soon to be Yuri's birthday.
Yes.
So Yurio tosses a bag at him, and inside the bag, pork cutlet pierogies.
And they still look so
kind of have a moment.
Yeah.
And then Yurio goes back to being abusive.
Yeah.
Because it's what he does.
Yeah, it really is.
And then, shocking spoiler that you spoiled at the beginning. The dog isn't dead!
Yay! Maka-chan! He's okay!
And Victor is back!
Yay!
And him and Yuri go off to blow some steam.
Yep.
We'll get to that bit in just a little bit.
Yeah, and basically Yuri comes back and says he wants Victor to be his coach until he retires. And then Victor's all like, that sounded like a marriage proposal.
Yep. I'll get ready for that. So here ends episode 9.
Yeah.
Got our standard bumpers, nothing really crazy going on.
No.
Actually, I don't think we get the bumpers. I think it's a little bit of bleed over into the episode
Oh,
itself.
yeah, the end bit is just the scene at the airport where
Mhm.
Yuri's like, I want you to be my co-star.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
have
so-
bleed over into
Yeah,
the credits,
into the
and
credits.
then episode ends. We got episode 10.
Yes, episode 10.
Or as I call, fill it to win it. We got a filler episode before the main action near the denouement
Yes.
of the series. We're approaching episodes 11 and 12, which are the last ones.
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit of blowing off the steam.
Yep.
Episode number 10, gotta supercharge it. Pre-Grand Prix final special.
Woot! With all the exclamation points.
With all the exclamations and all the filler. At least it's not a recap episode.
Yes, that would be awful. I'll take a filler episode over a recap episode any day.
Yeah, at least stuff happens in
Yeah.
filler. They can do story building.
Exactly.
I still blame Joseph for this. But.
Yeah. He
So
is
Victor-
insufferable.
Insufferable Joseph. Isn't that right, Mr. Puff and Stuff?
Whoa.
So Victor needs a vacation. We start off with Victor narrating. Victor's been doing a lot more narrating lately.
Yeah, it's
He
kind of
seems to have
shifted
become
focus. Yeah.
From Yuri to Victor.
Yeah.
So Victor is now the main narrator of the story for most of it here. He needs vacation.
Yeah.
He hasn't been focusing on the two L's that matter to him.
Life.
Love and life. So Victor's just kidding. Lols.
Yeah,
He's actually in Barcelona.
Yeah, he's not on holiday. He's there for
not
the
on
Grand
holiday.
Prix.
He's chilling out in
Yeah.
the pool.
Although they do have that little bit of time before the Grand Prix final so that skaters can get over jet lag and things like that.
They're just kind of fucking around right now.
Yeah.
Victor's hanging out in the pool, and who comes by but Chris? Chris is down for a skinny dip.
Oh, yeah. And apparently he oozes sex on and off the ice, as per Victor.
Should probably clean that up. Yeah, so he's, I wish you weren't here. I could skinny dip.
Victor's like, I don't care.
Whatever.
I'll even take pictures.
Yeah. So that's happening.
Yeah, I just have, Chris.
We learn about Yuri's fans, the
Yuri's.
Yuri's Angels.
Yeah, they all have little cat ears.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yuri doesn't seem to like them, but he's still super protective of them.
Yes. 'Cause-
When I think it's JJ that starts cutting him down.
yeah, and then his girlfriend starts, and I even have JJ's girlfriend is also a douche. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's just like, oh, well, JJ's girls are more reserved and, cuter.
I don't think there are JJ's girls, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
kind of a dick.
that's actually my next point. JJ is the worst.
Yeah, JJ is the worst.
He's just needlessly dickish.
Yeah, he's just an asshole to everybody and then wonders why no one likes him.
He does seem to have a pretty big following whenever he's performing. People seem to just love him. But off the ice, none of the other skaters really go for him.
Nope.
He's only got his girlfriend.
Yep.
Nobody really interacts with him directly.
No, if
Like
they can
JJ
avoid
comes
it.
into a scene, he makes fun of people ignore him, and then he goes away.
Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of his standard formula.
Just a douche. So we get to meet somebody new.
Yeah.
Odebeck.
Odebeck.
He's kind of a badass.
He is
like
such
a loner.
badass. Yeah.
He's
loner.
like,
He's got a motorcycle.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I forget what country he's from.
I think he's from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Yeah. I'm like, one of those Eastern European countries.
Yeah, but he does things his own way, and JJ tries to get a rise out of him, and he's just like, no. And
He
and
doesn't really-
leaves.
doesn't really play along.
Yeah, he just...
Doesn't really seem to get along with anybody at this point.
No.
So he's introduced for reasons which will be explained momentarily.
Yeah.
So Yurio, he's not a fan of JJ.
No one's a fan.
He's competitive with Yuri, but he fucking hates JJ.
JJ.
Just
That's fair.
hates him.
Yeah, he'll hang out with Yuri, but
Mhm.
with JJ, no. He's just...
It seems like they
No one
both kind of have reason to dislike JJ.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, totally.
Yuri again on that strong language card calls JJ's girlfriend a bitch. Calls him an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, he's basically, hey, bitch, you could do better than him.
Than this asshole.
Yeah, than this asshole.
Language, Yuri.
Yeah, no
Language.
Yeah, he gets a little blue in the last couple of episodes.
Oh yeah, he's done with it. He's like, I'm fine.
Yep.
Screw this ass. Also learn the time span that the episodes have taken place so far.
Yeah.
So Victor starts narrating and talking about, has it really been 8 months?
Yes.
It's a terrible Victor,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
8 months since he first arrived in Japan.
So Victor's somehow narrating this.
Yeah.
And then we see Yuri's getting over some jet lag. Everybody else is having a great time in Barcelona.
Yeah.
He's just kind of chilling in bed.
Yeah, he's
being
sleeping.
a worm.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
And then Victor and Chris break into the room and want to use Yuri as a hot water heater.
Yep, they want to, they jump on him.
Pad.
They jump on him and he's like, you
Victor
guys
wants
are
him
like
to draw
ice.
a bath and
Chris wants coffee.
Yeah,
because they were outside. Like, it's Barcelona in December, so it's not warm.
Mm-hmm.
And they were outside in the pool. So, and I think they even say, like, Victor, because he's Russian.
It's one of the only ones that would be enjoying the pool.
Chris is Swedish, so I mean, it's the same sort of thing. Those cold weather countries.
It wasn't even a hot tub.
It was just like the pool. So yeah, so
fair enough.
They're icy cold, and they want to use Yuri as a heating pad.
So now we cut to Victor and Yuri go shopping.
Yeah, it's a shopping montage.
So Victor proclaims that he's going to buy Yuri a suit for his birthday, basically because the suit that he wore at the press conference was abysmal.
Yes.
So they're going to buy this new one and burn the old one.
Except Yuri said that he likes his old suit.
Yeah, but Yuri is not to be trusted. So Yurio's fans are creepy as fuck.
Best detectives ever.
So we get a little bit of shopping montage. We get to see what some of the other characters are doing. Yurio's trying to avoid his fans, but they're tracking him down.
Yep, they can smell him, and they've picked up his scent, and then they find one of his hairs on the ground.
Hella creepy.
So they are literally the best detectives.
And he's still so protective of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta be protective of your family.
When suddenly, out of nowhere,
oh my gosh,
Odebeck pulls up on his motorcycle.
Yeah, Odebeck
revs
to the rescue.
It twice. Yuri jumps on the back, putting a helmet on. Off they spin. They don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Why would he trust this man?
Except
He barely knows.
All of Yurio's angels are like taking all these pictures, and it's like, oh my god, Odebeck and Yurio.
It was actually pretty interesting what they did in the show. The photos that they took, they used in sequence to kind of make the animation.
Yeah,
it was reminiscent of the ending title of the old Astro Boy cartoons.
Yes, totally.
They had the still frames, and then they kept going, and then turned into the animation. Kind of like that, a little bit.
No, that was a really good like transition.
And I'm like, who is this Odebeck guy?
I want to know
what's going on with him. What's the matter? And then Yuri and him have a moment. Yurio completely forgot who this dude was, but he's like, dude, I know you from training camp. Remember we hung out?
Like 5 years ago, I went to the same training camp as you.
Friend from work.
Yeah,
so Yurio's like, oh yeah, what's up, dog? Turns out Yurio was awesome and Odebeck sucked, so they kind of got put in the same camp.
Yeah,
because Yurio came up in the age adjustment and he went down because he wasn't as good.
Yeah, the
wasn't
same
a good
level
caliber as everybody else. So they kind of bonded there a little bit, or at least it meant a lot more to Odebeck than it did to Yurio.
Yeah. Well, he said that Yurio had the eyes of a soldier, which is which is like what drew him, and he's like, we're the same.
We're the same, you and I.
But the funny thing is right before like
that's
this
something
little
a
moment,
Sith Lord would say.
But right before this moment where he's like, you had the eyes of a soldier, and like you were going to do anything it took to win, blah blah blah. We learned that Yurio's also called the Fairy of Russia.
The Fairy of Russia.
So it's just like it's such a weird like kind of. Like,
fairies can be militant.
It's very, very true, but it's just like the Fairy of Russia. You have the eyes of a soldier. And it's just like, wait, what? So yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, so Yurio makes a friend.
Yeah.
Probably his only friend in the entire world.
But then back to the main story.
Back to the plot. Meanwhile, at the plot.
And I think Victor actually says, now back to the main story where I'm involved.
Yuri lost his nuts.
Yeah.
Can't find him anywhere. Whole bag of nuts is gone.
Whole bag.
We've still got shopping. Apparently, there's this Christmas bazaar.
Yep. Going on
in the city that they're in. They're just walking around. Yuri seems to be searching for something. We see a shot of a giant Christmas pickle.
Yes, big
kind of a European type tradition.
Yeah.
Not sure that many people are into it.
Mm-hmm.
This one has a big Santa head on, which is kind of interesting.
It was very weird.
For those who don't know, you hide the pickle in the tree. It's not a real pickle. Ours is glass.
Yeah.
Person who finds the pickle gets to find presents first, or gets an extra present. Just depends on what your tradition is.
I always find it. Because I'm really good at it.
I don't hide it very well. So Yuri's looking for something. He's searching. He's hunting. And then he happens upon a store, and he's looking in the window, and he finds it. Victor's like, oh man, that guy's focused.
Yeah.
When he's focused, there's no stopping him. He's
Yeah.
gonna find it. He's gonna find whatever he's looking
Victor
for.
basically is just like, I'm gonna be silent
I'm
because
gonna help this dude.
yeah, Yuri doesn't need me chatting at him right now. I'm just gonna be silent and let Yuri do his laser focusing thing on what he needs and what he's looking for.
He's 100% on a mission.
Yeah.
Yuri starts to get a little bit of monologue going on. He wants to find a lucky charm and thank you present for Victor.
Yes.
So he pops into this jewelry store. He's like, I like that one, and give me that one.
Yeah.
And then we end that scene. And we flash over to, I don't know where they are in this bit. When they finally exchange the rings. Basically.
Oh, they came out of the Christmas market, and it's in front of like a huge church.
Yeah.
Like kind of think of like a Notre Dame type giant cathedral
Big
with
arches
a giant like Christmas choir in front that are singing, and they're just
very romantic. So they basically exchange
romantic.
Rings.
Yes.
And they're pretty much engaged at this point.
Yes, they exchange rings onto the ring fingers of their right hands.
Right hands. Yeah.
That's very European. So. Yeah, so they exchange rings, and it's Yuri's lucky charm and Victor's thank you gift. Nothing more.
Nothing more. Then we get a paella bumper.
Yay, paella bumper. And it looks like good paella.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah, all I want now is paella. So.
Then they run to two of the girls. The girls, for reasons, grab all the skaters and make them have dinner together.
Yes.
Just so that we can move on to the next couple of scenes.
Yeah.
It's a very thin, veiled setup.
Well, they basically are like, they see Yurio and Otebek eating, and they're like, Yurio's enjoying the company of another human being? We need to know more. So then they basically use Victor and Yurio as an excuse to go in.
But then there's other people there.
Yeah,
too.
then they get all the other skaters in.
JJ even shows up.
He shows up later.
Yeah, JJ. So Yurio and Yuri. Oh wait. No, that's getting ahead of myself here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's about where we are right now.
Yeah.
So Yurio and Yuri, turns out, had a dance off last year. We start to piece together. Basically, after last year's competition, Yuri was a little bit crushed.
Yeah.
Went to this party afterwards to unwind and got crunk.
And doesn't remember a thing.
Got wasted. Victor took videos.
Yeah, Chris got naked because of course he did.
Of course he did.
Yeah, and they had a dance off, and there was pictures and video, and the girls desperately want to see the pictures and video.
Well, before we even get that far, somebody notices the rings. Peachy.
Yeah.
Nosy little shit. Notices they've got rings and immediately declares, "Oh my God, congratulations on your marriage!"
And announces
doesn't
it
even
to
ask anything. It's not like, "Oh hey, what's going on with those rings?"
Yeah, he announces it to the entire restaurant.
Everyone, pay attention! These two are married now.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, clap, 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 clap," and all the skaters are like, "Oh, what?"
And Yuri's like, no, we're not married. And Yurio's like, yeah. For some reason, this enrages me even more.
Yuri, it always reminds me because it's like an onion, because he's like, there's layers, there's many layers. It's a lucky charm.
It's just a lucky charm. It's just a friend gift.
And Victor's like, I gotta pull the plug on this.
Victor's like, oh, we aren't married yet.
Yeah.
But if he wins the gold, we're getting married.
Yeah, these are our engagement rings.
These are engagement rings.
Victor basically like, Yuri is never going to pull the plug at this point, so I am.
And Yuri craps his pants.
Yeah, and he's like, wait, what? And everyone's like, when he wins
that makes sense.
gold?
And everybody's like, oh, well, then they're never getting married.
Yeah.
And this is when JJ conveniently pops in from the side of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, well, they're never going to get married because he's never going to win the gold.
Sorry, I can't offer you my congratulations because if anyone's getting married, it's going to be me.
And his girlfriend's there. She's like, just as annoying as he is.
And the best part is, as soon as he finishes saying his little spiel, everyone just gets up and leaves.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, early start tomorrow.
Yeah, and he's like, wait, where's everyone going? And he tries to, like, play it off as a joke, and it's like, no.
I was just joking, guys. Yeah. Why aren't you receptive to my abusive humor?
Yeah, and it's just like, no, man, you're just being a douche.
You guys want to be my friend? Poor JJ. Poor the dark history of JJ. He hates himself more than anyone else, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you were JJ, you'd hate yourself, too.
Yeah, fucking hate JJ.
So that scene ends. Victor's standing looking over some water. Yurio sneaks up on him, starts kicking him in the back repeatedly. Because I guess he's pissed off at him.
Basically, he's like...
Again, still... Yurio's motivations at this point are very sloppy. I don't understand what this kid's all about right now.
Yurio's still like, you should have been coaching me.
He's angry at Victor.
Yuri,
yeah, we get
Yuri is such a...
He's a piggy.
Skater.
I hate him. Yeah, we get it. You're a one-note character at this point.
He definitely has... Well, and you kind of can see, like, he's just frustrated with how he expected to come in and clean sweep it, and JJ's just like, no.
And he's mad at JJ, really.
Yeah, really he is.
And Yuri's his next closest form of competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, then
so that scene ends.
Yeah. This is just kind of like...
It's really...
Well, and Victor
just kind of like... grabs Yurio by the face and is just like... Bleh.
Well, and he's basically like, if I had stayed a competitive skater in Russia...
How different Yurio would have been.
Yurio wouldn't have this drive, wouldn't have as much want of winning.
Yeah, because he was just a little cocky little shit. Now he actually has to try.
Exactly.
So... Yeah, we get some of that.
Yeah.
We get flash to the next day, so we're at the competition now.
Yeah.
Or the free skate. And Mickey shows up to support his sister, even though his sister's like, don't you show up.
Yeah.
I don't need you. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to show up anyway. Yeah. I don't need your shit.
It's like, I can come and watch. It's a free,
I can do what I like.
It's a free country.
And keep the other boys off you. I mean, so still a creep.
We basically learn, like, Sarah has gotten into the women's Grand Prix final. Just from that.
Because we don't care about her.
No. Well, women skaters. Are you kidding me? No one wants to watch
No one wants to watch that. We're here for the boys. So we get... we're nearing the end of this one. We get an epic walking scene as all the skaters line up. And they're getting ready to take the ice. And then end of episode.
Yep. And we get
But that's not the end of the story.
No.
Oh, no, it's not. We finally get to see what happened at that party last year.
Yeah, we get
no videos, but
no videos.
We get a photo montage.
Oh, yeah.
Done in a really neat way. They basically show it from different people's perspective by showing their phones and then flicking through the photos on their phones.
Yeah.
Where things get progressively more racy.
Yeah.
We see Yuri down in some drinks and then disrobing, dancing.
Yeah. Near the end, he's basically, he's in his underwear, Chris is in his underwear, and they're actually, like, doing some pole work that makes you blush a little.
Where's the pole?
Yeah,
Maybe they brought it with them.
Why was there a pole at the banquet?
We don't know. Knowing Chris, he probably brought it with him.
He probably brought it with him,
I have a pole with me.
We could do some stuff.
So everybody is into it. Him and Yurio have a dance-off.
Yeah.
So you see that from about 4 different perspectives.
And we see Victor and Yuri dancing together.
Mm-hmm.
Quite provocatively.
Quite provocatively.
Yeah, very close. Very close.
Then we get a final shot of Yuri talking to Victor.
Yeah.
being like, if I win the dance competition, you have to come to Japan and be my coach.
Yeah, and you got to remember that Yuri doesn't remember any of this. Victor remembered, and I even have Yuri actually asked Victor to be his coach. So it kind of puts it in.
He thought it was all Victor's idea,
but it wasn't. It was his idea. And it kind of shows you, like, if you jump back to, like, the first episode, when Yuri's like, why are you here? Victor's kind of like, what? Like, he kind of has this, like, little moment where he's like, you asked me? But they never actually say that. So this is where you've kind of first are like...
90% of plot points could be solved by open communication.
Exactly. We all know so this is, like, the first time that we're like, oh, okay, he actually... asked Victor to be his coach. That was a little cameo by Azzy there.
Azzy the annoying cat.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. And that's where we end with episode 10. Two left. Grand Prix journey.
Yeah, we're really
Who will
close.
come first at the Grand Prix?
Chris.
I
mean.
He's probably already come on the ice a few times.
He has. We've seen it.
Yeah. So that is our recap, unless you got anything else.
No, that's pretty good for me. I'm just excited that next week it's going to be the last 2 episodes. We're going to find out what happens. And
the conclusion to Yuri on Ice, and the conclusion to this segment of our podcast that you, me, and Yuri makes 3 on the Nerd Stew Network with Mike Schmidt, Meg Schmidt,
and Azzy.
And Azrael and PJ Puffinstuff, our brand new co-host, the silent, stoic, soapstone Puffin.
So anyway, if you are watching along with us, episodes 11 and 12 will be the next ones, and we will see you next time.
All killer, no filler.
Yes, we are done with the filler.
Thank you for listening, everybody, and take care.